All right, what is up, 8th graders? Today we're going to be talking about writing equations for linear functions. This is the day 3 notes for lesson 16. So let's say we're given a graph and we're supposed to write an equation from this information. So I'm going to zoom out for you guys. So go ahead and pause the video right now to get your journal set up. But once you have this in your journal, go ahead and unpause and we're going to get rolling. So let's say they give you a graph like this and they ask you to write an equation from it. Well, we need to know some steps to figure out how to even write that equation. So first thing that we have to do is we have to choose 2 points. Choose 2 pretty points. Okay, so that's our x and our y value. And then from there, we're going to figure out what the slope is by using rise over run. So rise over run, that's going to equal our m value, our slope. We're going to calculate slope. So this graph kind of already has 2 pretty points outlined for you. We have one right on the y-intercept and we have one over here. So we're going to start with this point and we're going to calculate the slope by doing rise over run. It looks like from these 2 points, I rise 2 units, so plus 2, and then I run 3 units, so plus 3. So that means that my slope is going to be, we're just going to reiterate, rise over run. I rose 2 and I ran 3, so that means m equals 2 over 3. Okay, that's the first step. Calculate our slope. The second step we need to do is we need to locate our y-intercept. Locate the y-intercept. Okay, so our y-intercept is where our line crosses the y-axis. Where the line crosses the y-axis. So if we go back to our graph, we see this line. It's crossing right here on our y-axis. So we're going to figure out that ordered pair. So it's 0, up, 1, 2, 3. 0, 3. So that means our y-intercept is 3. All right. Our last step that we have to do is we need to write this as a linear function. Right? As a linear function. So that means y equals mx plus b. If we have y equals mx plus b, we're not going to fill anything for y or for x. We're going to fill in our m value and our b value. So our m value was 2 over 3, and our y-intercept was plus 3. So there's our equation from that graph. The next thing that we're going to talk about is writing an equation from a table or 2 points. Okay, so just like writing an equation from a graph, we need to start by choosing 2 points. So choose 2 points. All right, and again, x and y. The way that this is going to be a little different from writing an equation from a graph is that when we have a table or 2 sets of points, we have to find the slope by using the slope formula. So to find slope for our m value, use the, I'm going to put this in a different color, so it's important, slope formula. All right, and our slope formula is m equals y2 minus y1 all over x2 minus x1. Okay, we'll go through that together after I finish writing out the steps. So that's the first step, choose 2 points, and then we're going to put them into the slope formula to find our slope. The next thing we have to do is we have to choose 1 point. So choose 1 point. And we're going to plug that 1 point into the equation y equals mx plus b. Y equals mx plus b. And with that, we're going to do it with the m value we just solved for. Okay? Our third step is we're going to solve for b. Solve for b. After we put that point into y equals mx plus b with the m value, the only variable that's left is b. So once we are there, we can solve for b to figure out the y-intercept. And then after we solve for b, we're going to write this as a linear function. Write as a linear function. And y equals mx plus b. We're going to rewrite it. All right, so those are the steps. Choose 2 points. Using the slope formula, we're going to find our m value. Then we're going to choose 1 point and plug it into the equation y equals mx plus b with the m value. Then we're going to solve for b, and then we're going to rewrite as a linear function. So we have this table. These are our x values, these are our y values. Just like our steps say, we're going to choose 2 points. So 20, 10, and let's say 30, 20. So this is a table, but let's say they just gave you the points like this, 20, 10, and 30, 20. So it could look like this in a set of points, or it could look like this on a table. It's still the same process for a table and for points. We're going to choose 2 points. So here are our points, 20, 10, 30, 20, 20, 10, 30, 20. And we're going to plug it into y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. But first we have to label. So x1, y1, x2, y2. All right, so here we go. M equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So therefore, it's going to be 20 minus 10 all over 30 minus 10, which equals 10 over 10. And if we reduce that fraction, m equals 1. So we just did step 1. We solved for m using the slope formula. Now we're going to pick a point. It can be 2010 or it can be 3020, and we're just going to put it into y equals mx plus b. So y equals mx plus b. So we know the y value is going to be 10, our m value is 1, our x value is 20, but we don't know b. So 10, 1 times 20 is 20. We'll subtract 20 from both sides to solve for b. So negative 10 equals b. We figured out our b value. Now we just need to rewrite our equation. So we don't need to write anything for y, we don't need to write anything for x. Our m value is 1, and our b value is negative 10. So our finished equation is y equals 1x minus 10.